Hey everyone, Regina again, coming back to you. Yesterday I took you guys to the graveyard. So now we are coming upon the family 180-acre homestead that I told you about yesterday. But anyway, this is partial of it. There's a bunch, but right in front of us, right there, is the house where it once stood. Now, if you remember, if you go back to the video and you notice the mother and father's house is made out of little stones, this represents the same replica of kind of that of their home here. So let's take a closer look. I apologize for the camera shaking. Like I said, I forgot my camera again and my stabilizer, but we'll get through this, okay? It's only my second video of my vlogging, and it's not going to be just based on this. It's going to be a bunch of stuff, adventurous stuff. But anyway, here's the house where it once stood. Now we're going to walk through the main door, and yeah, the state bought all this. So 3 generations walked through this door, but no more. You know, they all moved on. They're all gone or they moved on. But this is would have been their living room right here, or their kitchen, or whatever. Can you imagine? Today it's 80-some degrees. Nice wind blowing. Can you imagine back in those days in 1800s not having any air conditioning? No fans, no nothing. But look at this little shed. Now I wonder what this was used for. This is all the original. They kept it in the best condition. They obviously fixed it up. But look at this. What would they have used this for? Anybody have any idea? Huh? Was it just for storage? Of grain or something? It's not very big. It's just a little shed. There's no opening. They have an eavesdrop up there now, though, but that's nice. Yeah, it's just a little shed. Tiny shed. Check that out. But yeah, this is their 180 acre. A lot of these trees probably weren't here, obviously, because they did work the land. They did corn and cotton, not cotton, corn and soybean and stuff like that. But what a beautiful area. So quiet. Now, back in those days, like I said, there was no electricity, no fan, no air conditioning. Well, how did they keep their milk and their cheese and all that from spoiling? Well, one good way is there's a creek down here. I've been here before, but never did a video on it. But I just thought maybe for curiosity's sake, we would shoot one. But this is another shed that was left behind. This one's a lot bigger than that one back down there. So this one, I don't know if it was a bathhouse or what. Let's take a step inside. Now down below here is water. There is a spring, because it is called Stute Springs Homestead. Pretty neat, hey? Yeah, it's hot in here. Just old. Let me kick that out. But yeah, let's go over here. Check out the stream. A little creek right behind it. But anyway, she put, I guess as I read, she'd put all them things like buttermilk and whatever and cheese in a big crock. And what she would do is set it down into this creek, down into this running water. And that there would keep all of it cool. It's deeper over there, but I didn't bring any shoes to walk way over there. But it gets deeper. But she put it on a flat rock in a crock and kept everything cool. So when they needed to get something, they'd have to walk all the way down here to the creek, or I should say the spring, and grab what they need. It looks like it's running from underneath here, the shed, down underneath these rocks and down that way. But it's beautiful. It's just crystal clear. Wish I brought a cup. I'd have took a drink. I bet it's nice and clean. Just nice and clear and beautiful to drink. But anyway, ooh, black glass. I want to get on these ground. But anyway, this was their homestead. They 180 acres. 180 acres of homestead that they had here. They raised, I don't know how many kids they had, but they had quite a few children. But when they had their livestock, which I thought was really interesting, if I can find it down these trails now, they used to build bricks, like they would take fieldstone and they would build it up around the border of their property, because cows don't walk over stones. Not up to probably, I would say knee high. No cows are going to stomp over them. But this is the trail. Trying to see if I can find some of those rocks for you guys. I haven't been back here for a while. But this is the trail that they turned it, when the state took it over. It's a long trail. It runs 100, and, I think, 10 miles. Goes through like 4 or 5 counties. And yeah, you can camp on these trails too. They have what do you call those sheds? Or you can sleep in at night and stuff. Okay, here's the rocks are. Okay, see these rocks? See how they piled them up like that? That's how they kept their livestock in one area, so they don't go roaming throughout, the property and whoever else lived down the road. Isn't that neat? I just think it's cool as beans. I think it's cool. But anyway, let's wander down this way. Here is that shed I was telling you about. That if you go walking these trails, you can camp out here. They have, but look at those boulders. They did all those by hand. Now, a glacier ran through here years. I mean, we're talking a million years ago. Glacier went through here. So that's why you have all these hills and all these rocks and all this. Pretty amazing. But you gotta watch where you walk, because a lot of these trees have roots that are sticking out on the trail. And I have trembled and stumbled on many of them. But yeah. So they're not going to climb over those rocks. Any cattle, goats, cows, sheep, whatever they had. And I'm probably assuming they had a lot of cows. But those are the rocks they piled up there. Here is a shed. This was made not by them. This was obviously made for the state. But these where you can camp out in. So if you're hiking on these trails, get tired, get late at night, they have a picnic table in here for you. And you can put your tent up either in here, depending on the weather, or outside, depending on the time of year. But yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? The other one on the other end, down this way, probably another 4 or 5 miles, I walked it. They have an outhouse, so that's nice too. But yeah, this was their property. This is where they lived. 180 acres. It was Fred Stute, Stute, but in German it's spelled Stutte. But when we went to the cemetery yesterday, the mother, Fred and Agatha, they are the ones that had their headstones makeshift of probably what their house looked like, with all the stones like this. But there were smaller pebbles to represent, kind of a replica of their headstones, which I thought was fascinating. One had a chimney and one had a huge cross on it. But yeah, it was Fred. I know one of their children died at age of 9 or 12, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I know they had like 5 or 6 kids. I did research underneath, find a grave, so I did find a lot of information, but I really didn't read up on it all of how many kids. But it went through 3 generations until 1964. I think it was that. I might be wrong, but I think it was 1964 when the state of Wisconsin bought this property. It might have been later, like 1980 something, but nothing says 1964. It's where they can, the state bought it. It was the family either moved and didn't want it no more, and they decided to sell the homestead. But yeah, that there is a trail for animals, deer, coons, whatever. But this one here is for us. But yeah, this is beautiful. But imagine back then, we're talking 120 some years ago, over. And all these trees were not here. They're probably just not even thought of. They're probably saplings. And they farmed this. They farmed this whole land. I don't know how, but they worked their butt off. Back then they did it all by hand. They didn't have plows, and stuff like that. You'd have to have money. But the cemetery is like 4 miles down the road. Now, how did they get, I don't know if they lived here. So if they died at home, that's a long walk, or travel by horse and buggy to get to the cemetery to bury your loved one. Think back then, we're talking, when did they move here? It was I want to say 1843 is when the family originally moved here, and built their home here. Now, I don't know, did they have to buy it, or, somehow deed it, or did they just say, hey, it's mine, you know what I mean? But there's only 3 sheds. It's that one there, and then the one with the spring water, and obviously the one where their home was at. But there is one more on our way out from the back door, or the front door. I'm assuming the door faced that way. And it takes from the parking lot to get here by foot, because you can't drive here, probably about a mile, mile and a half. So I walked that in to show you guys this amazing, found just amazing. It is so big. There's a dip here in the ground. So I'm assuming that might have been like a bedroom or a kitchen. But can you imagine this being their home? I don't know how big it was. Being their home and having their kitchen in here and them cooking and all that. Just amazing. But that was their home. And here's another shed. Another one. Look at this huge rock. How flat this is. That is a huge flat rock. Wow. Oh, there is 2 more sheds. Let's check these ones out, shall we? Let's walk over here. But yeah, it's just beautiful out here. And I apologize for the shaking, as I promised. When I get better, we will not have the shakiness. Look at that tree. That's a big old pine tree. It's dead. All right, let's check out this shed. It says shed number 1, but I walked down past it. Ooh. Wow, wonder what this was. Any idea, guys? What this might have been used for? Looks like a tub in here. No water running that I can hear. I can't see no water down there either. But I can't hear it. Somebody left some bags in here, some beer cans. That's pathetic. But I wonder what they use this for. I don't know. Here's a medicine cabinet. Or a cabinet of some sort. Somebody was here. I don't know. What was it? What was this? It had heat running through it, obviously. Of some sort. Wood heat or something. Electricity was put in years later, obviously. But like I said, this was 1840s. All right, let's walk to this other shed. These trees are massive. You wonder how old these trees are. Probably as old as the property, which is probably very old. But man, is it hot out today, guys. It's like 100 and, no, probably 90 right now. But it feels like it's 100 and something. Let's check this one out. Let's see. Any guesses on what this is? What this might have been used for? This is the doorway. We're going to step down into it. It's got a nice ground. Pebbles, little pebbles. Got a nice side door at one time. Some windows for ventilation, another window. Then they have this little hole here. Now I'm wondering if this wasn't used for chickens. You wonder, look at that bee. Check him out, that wasp. Ooh. But anyway, look at that. That must have been, maybe it's for chicken coop. And this would have been a window. And this would have been looking out the window to their homestead. I can imagine them working this. That had to have been hard work. Working this land. Working all this. Building the structures, you know, him and his kids. Fred and Agatha, you know, with their raising their children. But yeah, this is beautiful. And then, yeah, that shed over there. Yeah, but there's a smokestack, a chimney right there. So they had to have had heat in that one for some reason. Maybe that's where they kept their cows. But look at the house way over there. They had to walk all the way just to get. They didn't build them close together. They built them apart from each other. So strange. So strange. Is that another flat rock over here? Or is that where it should go? No, it's a flat rock. A lot of flat rocks around here. Like I said, when the glacier went through a million years ago. Yeah. Now this thing here, I'm wondering if it was dirty at one time. You come out here and wipe your shoes off? I don't know. I don't know. But that's the house. And that was their, I'm going to get more research on this family. Because I know this one son died at a very young age. And the walk into here is tremendously long. Mile and a half walk for me today is pretty much. But yeah, that's their homestead. Beautiful, huh? Fred and Agatha. This is where they started their family. 3 generations rolled through here. 3 generations. And the most beautiful flowers and weeds and whatever. But these here I love. Purple ones. Those are the ones that bees love. So I tend to stay away from those. But yeah, I got daisies and yellow ones. Look at these pretty babies. Here. Yeah. A lot of bees today. There's an apple tree down here. But back there, I didn't see very many fruit trees. So they must have not planted fruit trees. I think they just planted corn and soybeans. Because that's usually what Wisconsin is soybean and corn. Maybe it was, well, field corn to feed their cattle, you know, to make their milk and cheese and whatever else they did, you know. Just curious. And that's what they did. 180 acres they owned. Yeah, for 3 generations. And they're all gone. There is family still living. I did see that. The last one I think I seen was 1974. And there probably is 2000, but I didn't go that far back. 1974, I think it was a daughter. But I think their daughter or the family made those headstones for their father and their mother. Somebody must have purchased one of the family of the child. Oh, God, what was his name? I look back in the video myself now. Anton? No. Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, goodness. I'm so bad. But yeah, he was young. He was like 12. Was it an accident on the farm? Did they, you know, what happened? You know, back then, sickness and illness. No, we didn't have any bacteria medication, you know, like antibiotics and stuff like that. It was just plain. You get sick. If you don't get cured, you die. You know, look back then at breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, all the cancers. There was nothing to treat them. Nothing. Nothing. You had it, you died. That was it. You had it, you died. And that was it. You know. So you died from a lot of unnatural causes, but mainly cancer. They couldn't detect cancer. There was no such word as cancer back then. Somebody goes in and finds a lump. Well, we'll give you whatever we have here, ma'am, and see if we can fix you. Oh, that was a butterfly. Wasn't a monarch. I gotta tell you that story sometime in a video. I used to take caterpillars, monarch caterpillars, off the milkweed, put some of the milkweed leaves in a cage. I had a big cage, and it had oh, what do you want to call it? Netting all around it, and the top, so they were secured in there with sticks and stuff. And I released 245 monarchs one year during my breast cancer when I was sick in 2019. But I even got, if I can show you here, sorry about showing you the ground, but right here I got a monarch tattoo that I had put on there. But yeah, monarchs are my thing. And they're starting to die out, so I try to avoid having them run in front of my vehicle when I'm driving. But all right, guys, well, I think I'm gonna head out right now. I need a drink, and it's really warm. But I will catch back with you. I'm gonna get better on my videos. I promise you, they won't be shaking and vibrating and all this stuff and blah blah blah. And I promise the next one will be awesome. I think I'm gonna go. They ain't gonna be all like this. I have them separated out. I want to do roadside attractions and oddities, and there might be some camping ones in there and stuff like that. But I'm a thrill seeker. I love finding stuff and odd things, and that's what I want to do. So how about tomorrow? I'll catch back with you with another video. Not sure what it's going to be on, but it'll be a surprise, and we'll figure it out. Love y'all. And thank you, whoever subscribed to me. And I promise you, my channel will grow. I'm hoping. And it'll get better and better as time goes. But like I said, second video. Holy Lord. Okay. But I love y'all. So thank you again for subscribing. The ones that didn't subscribe, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Whatever you want. Hit the thumbs up. Even if it's just a thumbs up, that would help me out a lot. Okay? Thank you. Bye.